for 3, 2, 1, go. Hello everybody, PhranKommentaries here, bringing you another game. This is Frank. We've got Light versus Grape, the first two winners of the last game, the last two games that were played in this this four-player round-robin Group 1 of MSL Survivor Tournament 2011. We've got Light in the top right corner of Empire of the Sun. I'll get into the layout of the map in a little bit. Here in the top left, we've got Grape, going to be the blue Protoss player, and we have my favorite matchup coming out of Starcraft 1. I absolutely love watching Terran versus Protoss. I love the way the Terrans move and manipulate their army and their positionings, creating these pretty much impenetrable walls of just rape if the Protoss player decides to move out. No immortals in the Protoss army, so not able to do anything along those lines. And again, I make the SC2 references. Bad me. Supply Depot going to be going down in that really cool position because, and I really want to explain this because this is like one of those tricks I believe Boxer came up with. Boxer came up with like the definition of StarCraft 1 tricks. It's a little bit of a trick where you throw down your Supply Depot. It takes up 6 grids, so it takes three grids across. So the SCV will try to spawn in the bottom left corner of the command center, and if you put your Supply Depot in that position that he has it there, it will move itself over those 3 grids and spawn in the 4th grid over rather than the 1st grid, so it'll be that much closer to the minerals when it comes out, so you get minerals that small amount faster. And yeah, so really cool there. But anyways, the map is going to be Empire of the Sun. It kind of, your starting positions kind of remind me a lot of Tau Cross, where there's kind of this wall that goes around the outside of your base, but it's a 4-player map, but it reminds me of Tau Cross. There's another map that actually it's really similar to. It was on like the Twilight background. I completely am forgetting the name of it, and I don't think that I'm going to be able to remember it, but that's another one that it reminds me of with the starting positions anyways. And you have this really tiny choke, leads out into your natural base, which leads out into a little bit of a like a bowl pocket base, which has another ramp to it. You got a really wide ramp going to your natural base. It's a crazy map. If the Terran player can take control of the center of the map, though, there is a high ground ring that goes around the center of the map, which you can kind of see right now. If you can take control of that, then and take the high ground there with some tanks and mines and turrets and good stuff, he is going to be in a very good position there. So that's my analysis for the map and the matchup as far as that goes. But yeah, so anyways, we do let's just get into the build here. I wasn't even looking at the game, to be honest with you. I was kind of just like thinking about what the map looks like. So we do have a factory going down there. There's the gas. This is, you're going to see a lot different than you would than you saw in the TVZ. You get your gas really early in Terran versus Protoss because you're going to be going for a mostly mech build, and his options to start are either going to be a tank to fend off any kind of early Dragoon pressure. I believe it's a 2-gate Dragoon pressure, or with like a really quick range, or it's something along those lines, and it's really tough to deal with if you don't have a high ground. So he could be very well be opting into that position, getting the Dragoon range right now. You can see from the Cybernetics core spinning there that is going to be Dragoon range. You have the Machine Shop add-on, most likely a tank coming out there, or a Vulture with mines being upgraded. So we're going to see what happens there. The Dragoon is out in the field now, and if he does get range up, he's going to be able to take out those Marines one at a time there if he micros it properly. He's going to run in here, take a shot at that SCV, not a big deal. SCVs are a bit more tanky than Marines are, and it looks like this Dragoon is just going to be looping around here. And I think that actually Light is trying maybe a little bit to coax that Dragoon in. I think that both these players are a little bit too good to fall for anything like that. The reason you would want the Dragoon in there is because, yeah, the tank is coming out, and that tank would just completely demolish that Dragoon, as well as the Zealot, so, and you could just micro against the Zealot anyways. Running in there, not seeing much of anything, most likely going to be seeing an expansion coming up sometime. Oh, a robotics facility. So, robotics facility is going to be on the way, a command center is on the way for the Terran player, so It looks like actually, and in this matchup, so you guys know because you guys watched some Zerg games there, I think we've gone through every match. Yeah, we've gone through every matchup now, aside from the mirror matchups. So usually you want your Protoss player to be ahead one base of the Terran player. So the fact that the Terran player is getting his command center up slightly faster than the Protoss player is actually going to be pretty huge for him. And an observatory on the way as well. So this is a very passive opening coming from the Protoss player. One gate into observers, and you do need an observatory in this game in order to get observers. And yeah, so just so you guys know, engineering bay coming on the way, probably to defend off that observer. Can't really see it being for much of anything else unless he decides to opt into bio, which is completely not viable against Protoss in Broodwar because of the Reavers, the Storms, all that good stuff. Just rip bio to shreds. However, there is going to be that Nexus coming up there, so that's going to be very, very good for him once that starts going. However, already mining and mining his base and mining his expo is the Terran player here, so he's going to be able to definitely fend off any kind of Dragoon pressure if it were coming at this point in time. I don't think that the Terran player knows necessarily that there are, or whether there's going to be pressure or not coming in. So yeah, he's just taking those precautionary measures just in case. And we do actually have a robotic support bay on the field as well, so that's going to be able to allow him to produce Reavers. He is only on those two gateways right now, and actually a Vulture slips in here. Going to be doing a little bit of harassment. Vultures do two-shot probes, so he's got two of them down now, three of them down. Not microwaving that thing as best as he could. He probably could have gotten a fourth one down, but still pretty nice harassment there, getting double what that Vulture was worth, and I'm sure that Vulture got his mines off as well. So that Vulture's life was not in vain. It definitely did more than what it was worth, so very cool stuff there coming from Light. Somehow slipping by all those Dragoons at the front door there. Not sure exactly how that happened, but whatever, it happened. More factories on the way. I'm assuming he's probably going to go up to 3 factories off of this 2 base, or potentially even 4, depending on what other tech routes he's going. Whether he opts into something like, I don't know, he could go for some kind of a drop play, or I don't know, something along those lines. And it looks like actually a shuttle is going to be able to, or sorry, a floating barracks is going to be able to spot out the fact that this base is going to be taken here. So really unfortunate there. And, oh, is he going to do some kind of tricksy stuff? No, there is. I thought there was a second mineral patch there actually. But he is, however, going to land the barracks there and deny the Nexus from going down. So that is, again, an island base in the 12 and 6 o'clock position, which I forgot to mention. And, yeah, the Marine coming out. However, I do believe that the shuttle is going to be able to come back, drop off a Dragoon or a Zealot or something along those lines. More than likely, it's going to be a Dragoon so that it can deal, or 2 Dragoons so that it can deal with not only the Marine but the barracks as well if it tries to lift off and float away. However, that Marine is actually going to take out a probe, so pretty interesting there. There's the Dragoon going to be able to take out that Marine, and the Dragoon's going to start hammering away at this this barracks. Barracks probably going to stay there until the last second when it has to float away. However, the Nexus has gone down in the bottom left of the top left position there. That is a gas included expansion though. I don't think there's any mineral only bases on this map, to be completely honest. So, and even if it were, Protoss doesn't necessarily need all that much gas in this matchup. Protoss really doesn't need all that much gas in any matchup unless he's going for something crazy like a some kind of carrier build or something along those lines. But that's not the case. Shuttle moving around the map here, going for some crazy harassment. Probably going to be dropping off. More likely than not, it's going to be like Dragoons or some tier 1 stuff. Yeah, Zealots. Oh, Zealots and a Reaver. God damn, why did I forget about the support bay? So the Reaver comes out there, and the Zealots are there just to tank the damage. No pun intended against the actual tanks, but yeah, so just there to tank the damage, and the Reavers are there to do just a shit ton of damage with their splash. 200 splash damage naturally, so pretty brutal there. Tanks sieging up there, trying to take that giant ramp position there. Probably going to be able to defend that extremely well. Dragoons are still pushed in a forward position, and we do have factories. 4 factories are up there, and oh, a mine goes off and takes out the Reaver. Yeah, Grape not looking too pleased there. Usually these players don't show too much emotion on their faces, but when things like that happen where that could have been prevented, really, really unfortunate. He actually could have set off that mine without taking any damage if he microed it properly. We do have 2 tanks dropping down there on that island position. I'm not sure whether Light expected there to be a base there or not. I'm sure he knows. Yeah, he actually does know that there's a base in the an extra base in the top left there, because there was an SCV actually attacking that nexus. There is, however, going to be another command center in the bottom right of the top right there, in what I will now call the 2 o'clock position, or 2:30 rather. And yeah, so that position is going to go up as well. Keeping it on even bases is this Terran player, so he's going to be able to not only keep up, but I think he's going to be able to be ahead, because his army is going to be far more efficient than the Protoss player's army. Unless, of course, a Protoss player gets some kind of crazy tech, like Arbiters, which are extremely viable, as well